Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Aesop Grimm, and you're watching the continuation of my blind playthrough of RDR2 in 2025. This should be your Monday episode. We're going to be doing we're going to be continuing the request missions. So I actually have to bring that up on the internet and find out where to go for this stuff. But I wanted to give you a heads up. I'm kind of falling behind on recording. I'm recording this as of Sunday, and the way this stuff works, the way that my week turns out, I need to record several episodes today actually, or I'm kind of really behind the eight ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Wednesday off. There's not going to be an episode on Wednesday. No episode on Wednesday, and that's to give me a little bit of extra time to kind of catch up. So let's see here. Camp item request. Lenny wants that pocket watch. Let's just knock them off like in order. So I'm going to Alt-Tab out and bring up a internet tab and type in Lenny's pocket watch. Better's Echo, a cabin located northeast of the W in West Elizabeth. Northeast of the W in West Elizabeth. That's not the... We need to go to the map. New Hanover, Lamone. Okay, here's West Elizabeth, here's the W, so northeast, and it's Vetter's Cabin. So we're going to go kind of in general. Well, let's just mark that spot right there. Okay, let's get out there and find out. Hey, wait a minute. Is that doggone Midnight's pistol again? Again? I'm getting tired of this. Okay. Yeah, better. Okay, let's get out of here.
There you are, Uncle. Hi there. Morning, mister.
Gonna join me here, Arthur?
Not right now, bud. Hopefully I can bring back a surprise for you. Is that my horse? I don't think so. There she is.
Hey there, girl.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow because that's whenever I kind of catch up on all my news. The places I go to for news, they don't really tend to release anything on the weekend. And so Monday, I get to find out all the stuff. I get to hear their reactions to anything significant that did happen over the weekend. And I may know about it. Maybe I've heard that something happened, but they usually are able to give some more underlying context and explain why it's more significant than I initially thought, actually. So, like, the latest thing I just found out a few minutes ago, I only woke up a few minutes ago. I'm on a weird sleep schedule as always. And the big thing that had happened... Hold on. The big controversial thing apparently that happened over the weekend, I guess the email was sent out Friday, I assume, was Elon Musk sent an email that said every federal employee needs to respond to this email with 5 bullet points of what they did during the week, what they accomplished during the week. And if you don't, it'll be assumed that you're resigning, that's your resignation. And the federal workers went nuts, and the mainstream media came to their defense, said this was cruel. The certain federal worker unions are talking about suing in court, said it was dehumanizing and cruel and stuff like that, which seemed to me to be oddly overreactive, right? I mean, I thought it sounded a little bit out of the blue, you know, like, wow, that's okay, that's weird. But I think he released it Thursday, actually, so it's like you had 2 days. It's just odd because it didn't come from your normal chain of command, was kind of my reaction. This was from one dude who's taking a look at everything and like, okay, does he have the authority to do that? Those are the kinds of questions that I would have. Am I supposed to be doing this? Should I respond to this guy? Not so much of this is cruel and unusual, and how can you request such a drastically difficult thing from me on such short notice without going through proper channels, and you know, that kind of stuff. So there was split opinions on I guess the morality of such a move. Well, then come to find out, on like this tweet that I read from Elon himself just a few minutes ago, so it was released today. I read it just a few minutes ago, but I believe he released it today. It might have been yesterday. I didn't bother to look at the date. He explains that the reason that this is so important is because they suspect that there's actually what the mafia calls no-show jobs. He didn't say that. I'm just letting you know. These are fake jobs. These are not real jobs, and the person that's getting paid a paycheck is not actually showing up to work. That's a mafia move, right? That's how you. That's a way of paying somebody off, or a bribe, you know, things like that. It's a way to launder money, etc., etc. You can use it for all kinds of stuff, right? And so that's what Elon's explains. He says we suspect that there's a lot of people that that aren't actually working these jobs, and so they do so little that they don't even check their emails because it's a no-show job, basically, right? And he wants to ferret that stuff out right away. And he even suspected that there were like quote unquote dead people working some of these jobs. That there's a name in the payroll, there's a social security number, but that person doesn't actually exist. So he's looking to find out who doesn't respond and then track that down and see what else is going on. I think that's a genius move, man. And so to watch these federal workers react the way that they do kind of tells you a lot. It's like it says more about them than it says about Elon. Ran my horse right into a tree. It makes me think of the oh shoot, it's on the edge of my tongue. It's a Shakespeare play. Oh, I can't remember what it's called, guys, but it spawned a couple different phrases that get used in like modern language now. And one of them is there's something rotten in Denmark. And the other, the one that I'm thinking of here is methinks thou doth protest too much. And that phrase is used to indicate that whenever somebody raises a big stink, like that, an unreasonably strong reaction, it means that they're protecting something. They're defending something. They don't want anybody looking in on this. Because their reaction of going DEFCON 1, like, this has to stop immediately. Think about, like, Adam Schiff standing up there and being like, we cannot have Kash Patel in charge of the FBI. Well, Kash Patel wrote a book that said Adam Schiff was public enemy #1. So, of course, he's going to react that way, you know? Nobody else is the way that Adam Schiff said, like, it would completely unravel our democracy. And nobody else had that kind of a reaction, just Adam Schiff. Well, because Adam Schiff has personal reason. He has vested interest into why Kash Patel maybe should not be in charge of the largest domestic investigative body in the United States. So that to me is interesting, and I'm looking forward to hearing reaction on that tomorrow.
Hello there.
When it comes to Elon sending that email out and finding out what the results were.
Like a pretty nice horse you got there.
Leave me alone.
I paid top dollar for this beauty.
No,
Fast
thank
as
you.
A bullet. Want to see how yours compares? How about a race to Awanjilla?
That's tempting, but I'm on a mission.
So, what do you say? Shall we race? Hey, don't come on. What'll it be? Are we racing or not? I haven't got all day. I knew it. A coward can't bear to face the better racer.
All right. That would actually be fun to do. I'd like to do it, but I don't know how far out of my way it takes me. Maybe we'll see him on the way back. Oh, that reminds me. I have I'm underweight again, so we gotta eat. Do I have any meat on me? Guys, I saw a video of it was in the UK. Let me find one more thing here. Let's try biscuits or peas. No, because we're full on biscuits. Let's eat the biscuits. All right.
Yeah.
So these guys in a car notice this UK cop pursuing some lady. He tells her to stop. She's under arrest. And she doesn't really look like necessarily a criminal. I want to set this up where I get the context. She doesn't look dangerous or anything. She's like a mom out there. She's got her handbag on her, right? So she's crossing the street, and he tells her to stop for whatever reason. She's like, no. And so she starts to kind of waddle away, and he's got rollerblades on. He's a big dude too. He looks like he's like maybe 6'3" or something, but he is not athletic, and so he looks all gangly and stuff going on and getting up to speed on his rollerblades. And she starts to jog away from him, and she turns down a street, and that almost ends this dude, right? He can't make the corner hardly. And, okay, this is a cabin. Let's check this out. And, these guys are following in a car recording it. They're laughing. And so he starts to really There must be a dangerous animal nearby. We better take a look at this. I'll continue the story in a minute. I hate to tell a story whenever things in the game are happening at the same time. Holy smokes, that's why the horse was spooked. I didn't even get got, man. My health is fine. That's scary. I don't know how, if I was Arthur in this real situation, like, how do I sleep at night, man? This was a different time, dude. Can you imagine dudes brought in from, like, through time travel from back then? Looking at what people just completely melt down over these days? The stuff they can't handle? You know? How much? Take a look at these dudes on TikTok videos crying. That's weird. Anybody else feel that way? Anybody else see these TikTok videos of dudes just crying about what's going on? I can't believe we're losing our nation, and the plight of these people, and it's so sad. What? Yeah, so. Black Widow spider. Yeah, so this car full of guys is following this cop as he sort of weaves down these streets, chasing. Neither of these people look athletic. The fact he can't keep up with her is funny, right? She's just slowly kind of ambling her way down different streets, and he's having to change his vector, and it's not going well. And he finally, after a while, he gets up to speed, but he can't catch up with her. Like, she's just as fast as him. She on foot, right? He's not really losing distance on her, but he can't catch her. And slowly but surely, as he really slowly gains speed on these rollerblades, he's getting closer to her, but he comes around a corner, and it's too much momentum for him, and he ends up crashing hard into a drainage pipe on the side of a building, right? And it takes this dude out. It's like too much for him. The whole car starts, they start howling in laughter as this guy completely wipes out. And I can't seem to get, I'm probably full. And the dude's like KO'd. His body kind of slides to the ground. He rolls out into the middle of the street. Half his legs are up on the sidewalk, and his chest and arms and head are laying in the street, and the dude's out cold, man. It's just one of the funniest things I've seen in a while, because the United Kingdom police are a farting joke. It's all of Europe is like, you can't say mean things about government officials or we'll throw you in jail. They are. It makes me think, when we beat the Nazis and we rounded all these people up and held them for trial, these people that were an absolute terror to deal with and came up with the most inventive ways to torture
my girl,
and kill those under their charge, they turned into the biggest cowards. Yeah, they looked so meek and defeated and beaten. There wasn't a scrap of self-dignity or pride in the face of being captured. And the vast majority of them. Now, I've seen the Nuremberg trials, and a few of them did seem to kind of hold themselves with some degree of composure. but most of them, and especially there's just story after story of it, especially when you get down into just the rank and file people. They were bullies, and they look like little bitches. I'm sorry to use, I don't usually curse, but this here, it's appropriate. They look like little crybaby bitches. Terrified, weak, unable to accomplish a single solitary thing, where just the day before they were monsters, man. And that's what these European police make me think of. They're probably absolute nightmares to deal with in the prisons, as they arrest you for recording an event where people are actually breaking the law, but now suddenly you're a racist for posting it, and you get a 6-year jail sentence or something, or because you decided to post that the governor of your city is fat and ugly because they're defending, because they released people who raped and murdered a couple 9-year-old girls within a day. They just released them on bail and said, okay, don't do it again, right? And you're the one that goes to prison because you hurt their feelings. That's disgusting. And these people that come and arrest you and haul you off to prison and then lord over you while you're in prison, they're probably nightmares to deal with, because they're bullies in power. And there's nothing more that a bully in power likes to do than to remind you of what place you're in and what place he's in, he or she. So that's what made this video so hilarious. And to watch this dude just not be able to function on the fact that he's on rollerblades to begin with is just laughable. Maybe that's my perspective as an American, but it seemed to be the guys in the car's perspective also. It looked funny as all get out. Rollerblades, because you can't run fast enough, really? And then you see him get completely laid out, because the cops in Europe just seem to be clowns, man. That's based on very limited information. You know, if I'm being disrespectful without reason and I'm way off the mark, then if I get proof of that, then I'll be the first to apologize. You know, I do have a lot of respect for police who actually do put their lives on the line to maintain order in society, but what these people in Europe are doing doesn't look to be that. It doesn't look to be remotely close to that. So that's probably not every country. The people I have in mind here are specifically Germany and the UK. So I'm not quite sure how things are going in France or Spain or Portugal, you know, but or Italy. So maybe I shouldn't be saying Europe. It really is just 2 nations that I have in mind. But my goodness. And then I listened to an interview with a German author. Now, I'm not really quite sure what he is. He might be a journalist. He strikes me as an intellectual. I'm not going to say academic, because I'm not so sure that he's involved in the academies, but he does strike me as an intellectual. And he's been studying the cultural transformation in Germany for I don't know how long he's been studying it, for years. And he's written books that go back centuries. He's really delved into this at a deep level. And he was talking about how what J.D. Vance came as such a shock that people are still talking about it over there. And it dawned on me that the reason it's a shock is because these people that are in power, the laws that they have written, they are not used to being criticized. And they are pearl clutching. They're so offended that somebody called them out to their faces and accuse them of a number of things that there's evidence showing that that person has at least a point, and they're up in arms about it. They don't know how to deal with that level of criticism because they've outlawed it all. You go to prison if you live in their nation and you level that kind of criticism towards them, they come arrest you for it. So, man, every place has got its problems, and they are very loud and obvious, easy problems to see. The U.S. is certainly amongst that group, but we gotta get this stuff under control, man. The degree of authoritarianism rising is shocking to me, and it's been doing that for a while. That's why I'm so strong MAGA. I am anti-authoritarian. Man, I did a whole bunch of self-study on Nazi Germany. That's why I laugh and mock people who are Antifa, who claim to be anti-fascist. You idiots don't know a thing about the Third Reich, because if you did, you'd look in the mirror and recognize a brown shirt staring right back at you. So I kind of, to some degree, have an understanding of what to look for, and I've seen this rise in authoritarianism, and MAGA is a direct clapback against that. MAGA is the pendulum swing coming back the other way, and that's why we don't care about how you feel. We're mean about it too. We give no craps about how you feel or whether something makes you cry. We're happy to make you cry. We think that shiznit's entertaining. You know?
Hey!
Uh-oh. Oh, snake.
Oh, there. Easy.
And then within that same vein, as soon as a liberal breaks away from the leftist propaganda and comes our way, not that they necessarily become full-blown MAGA, but they recognize this rise in authoritarianism, and they're willing to link shields for now in order to destroy that. That's what I see Tulsi Gabbard as. I don't think she's become MAGA. She's a liberal, but she's a liberal that recognizes we need to kill this thing, this Leviathan, and then you and I can argue over stuff, right? I'm all for that. So I'm hard in the paint against people that are on the left, and I mock them. I call them stupid. I call them naive. I point out all the things the atrocious things they did during COVID, when they're like, they wanted to, they held signs up saying take kids away from the unvaxxed or put the unvaxxed in jail. And I show them, this is who you are. You're disgusting.
Hey! Over here!
Nope.
Over here!
Not gonna help you, buddy. I got other things to do. But as soon as somebody like that finally comes to grips with reality and says, okay, I think I was wrong about some things, and this thing that's in my camp right now, this has to die, then I'm fully open arms. And I welcome them in. I don't need them to agree with me on everything. In fact, I don't even necessarily want them to. I'm somebody who really believes that you have to have a dissenting voice. If you're going to hold anything, I don't like to say democracy, because Plato chastised people for wanting to go to a full democracy, a pure democracy, and illustrated all the reasons why, and I agree with them. So that's why we're a constitutional republic. We're not a democracy. But democratic values are a part of a constitutional republic, and so I think in order to hold democratic values, you have to have a very robust arena where ideologies can combat each other. That's why free speech is so important. You got to be able to be free to communicate your thought and to disagree with others.
It's me.
Hope you made some money.
And so I don't mind if you have disagreements. I think that's actually required. All right, let's go donate this pelt first. It's a poor pelt, but it is a bear pelt, so it should bring some money, some. Is this the donation table here? I think it is.
What is it about this nonsense? I don't know. It makes you feel happy, even as it's making you feel sad and
Oh,
driving
I
you
think
mad
they're
for
talking
being
about
so
opium.
stupid. I know. Oh, and this one's particularly
My table awaits your offerings, Mr. Morgan.
about a Scottish
I
lord
hear you.
and a princess who was raised as a
Fine,
peasant.
but make sure you get a good price
Noble
for it.
blood shines
Good job,
through.
Mr. Morgan.
Good grief. I know.
Oh, there's a story they're
Can
reading.
I read it? Once you're done? Of course.
It's like a romance
Just don't
novel or
tell
something.
Karen. Your secret's safe with me.
See, this is what I think is kind of sad. Girls are girls, right? Just like guys are guys. There are certain things that are just kind of commonly normal about them. These girls are looking at a romance novel and kind of pining away, like, oh, I wish I could experience that, right? And you got to understand, they're prostitutes now. Maybe not all of them, but I think most of them are prostitutes. But they used to be little girls with hopes and dreams. And it's just kind of sad, the world that we live in, that causes people to lose hope in
Oh, hey, Arthur.
how they feel
I've
like
got
they ought to
something
be
for you by the
treated.
tent. Just to say thanks for the harmonica.
Okay. Thank you.
Ah, cool. All right. So let's find Lenny.
Why not?
You know, but to see people give up on hopes and dreams and who they think they are and what they think how they think they should be treated, and just become something
Lost my appetite. Bye now. Stay out of trouble.
where it's hard for them to think highly of themselves, you know. Oh, I need to eat this. I'm walking around with food. That might be Lenny right there.
What?
Take it easy with that stuff.
Oh, I think... Oh, she's drinking.
This is taking it easy.
You know, I ain't even sure who we running from no more. The Pinkertons? Cornwall?
All the same thing in my mind. Cornwall's sure to be lying in the Pinkertons' pockets, along with everyone else's. Here, I picked up this. I heard you talking about losing the one your pa gave you.
Well, that is mighty kind.
You okay?
Thank you, Arthur.
Don't mention it.
All right.
Hello, Arthur.
So, who's next? Kieran has asked for burdock root. Now, I believe I've got burdock root on me. I thought I gave it to him, to be quite honest. I think this is Micah.
Arthur?
Oh, it's Uncle. Okay. There's Micah. Strauss. Little Jack. I don't have your thing, do I? No, not yet.
Hi, Arthur.
Hey there. I don't see Kieran. The last I spoke with Kieran, we were fishing. Does he show up on the map, maybe? No. It's Javier. He's got a mission. Maybe we might do this on Friday. I felt like that actually worked in pretty well for our ambience video. It's not these guys. You got the Reverend and I don't know why. John? I don't know why I've forgotten his name. Marston. Yeah, it is John. There's Lenny. You seemed like maybe you had more to say. Oh, she don't want to talk. We done pissed her off.
Hey. How you doing?
Charles. I like Charles. I like
That's
that
good.
voice actor.
Hey.
Is that him? No. That is not Kieran.
Dignified, is it? I don't
Okay,
force
well.
anyone to take the money, and
Oh,
I don't
that's
force
Strauss.
anyone to not
Well, then
report.
who's over here?
But if they don't, you
Oh, that
certainly
was
must
Strauss
allow
also. He just went over to go eat.
I sent
Okay.
someone around to
Let's just move on. Molly asked for a pocket mirror. Okay, so Alt Tab. Molly pocket mirror. Molly O'Shea requests a pocket mirror from Arthur Morgan. To find the pocket mirror, you need to visit a cabin called Martha's Swain, which is located in the East Grizzlies area, southeast of O'Craig's Run, near a lake called O'Craig's Run. East Grizzlies, southeast of O'Craig's Run, near the lake. Thought the Grizzlies were up here. Oh, here we go. Grizzlies. Southeast. A cabin. Well, it could be that. Oh, it's probably this. Since we're going to come by here anyway, we should check this first. But, like, the lake is really big, so southeast of what point, you know? Alright, but it's probably this one right here. Alright, let's mount up and get on out there. We might not accomplish that this episode, we might just simply make it out there.
Oh, I ain't. But I have the good
How is our weight? We're still underweight, so we need to kill some food. Well, actually, we have food.
Not call myself his friend and shoot him in the back. Is that so? Usually.
I've got meat on me, so we should cook that up. Man, we're getting up on 40 minutes. I don't even know if we can make the travel time, guys. But we'll do as much as we can and just save it wherever we're at. Okay, now it made a sound for me, so I'm going to kind of act under the assumption that that filled us up. So I'm going to stow these other pieces, and then we'll just kind of see if that's how it plays out.
Sir.
Is that Kieran? I think it is. There you go, Kieran. And we just got the errand boy accomplishment where we have to deliver 5 gifts to camp companions. There's Javier.
Okay then, girl. Yep.
Okay. Carbine repeater, Lancaster repeater, varmint rifle, rolling block rifle. Good deal. Oh, I think I needed ammo for the rolling blocks, so I should have done that while in camp, but we really need to get going, so I'm going to just ride as is. Is this gonna take us through roads? No. What's the next town? Emerald Ranch. Do they even have a butcher there? I don't think so. They do not. Okay, so probably gonna have to waste some meat because there's nowhere really to turn in the bodies.
Throw it up.
I thought I saw... Oh yeah, I was correct. Oh, he got spooked. Oh, there's another one. Got him. Nice.
Yep.
Nice shot, Arthur.
Okay there. Just wait a second, girl.
And we're just gonna take the skin and the meat. Because the corpse will deteriorate. It'll go rotten. So I'm thinking we might as well not even dirty up our horse.
Yeah.
Leave the corpse there so that at least nature has a chance to eat, you know, the buzzards or whatever. It'll be completely wasted on us. Varmint rifle.
Easy. Yep. Whoa, easy. Yep. Yeah! Easy now.
Okay, are there any herbs around here? I would love to find some mint. I need to find out where exactly mint grows. Sage might work also, be honest. Okay, well, we have barely gotten underway, and it's time to set camp. So, to be honest, maybe we ought to just go back to camp. And if I can remember, then I will pick up our rolling block ammo in camp before we leave in the next episode. Well, we gotta cook this meat up. Let's check Arthur's status. We did have that bell go off. And it still says he's underweight.
Come on.
Oh, that was it. Turn off.
Hey, who's that?
Man coming in.
Look who's back.
Okay, one of you guys told me that yellow means that the camp is good to go. White means that you're starting to get kind of low, and red means that you're in a bad spot. So thank you for that explanation. I was asking for that. I appreciate the response. It helps, you know. Saves me time from having to research this stuff myself. And I got enough things going on video game wise that I tend to forget to do the research a lot of times. Just trying to keep up with the pace, you know. I guess we're going to eat it. Because it said we're underweight. Well, it's not giving me any options to mix this up with spices, so I guess sage does not work.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
Oh,
Kieran.
hey, Arthur. Left some of that horse medicine I made for you by your tent. Thanks again.
Appreciate it.
Okay. While we got time in the episode, I should go and check for that rolling block ammo.
What are you doing, Miss Jones?
Mr. Morgan, I feel I made a bit of a fool of myself again.
We've all done it.
And you saved my life again.
Well, maybe one day you'll save mine. Or my soul. Yeah, I'd like that.
Don't make fun of me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, it wasn't a complete waste of time. I stole this from one of those awful men. You should have it.
Okay. That's me out.
I'll best get you.
What?
Thank you, but
Oh, okay.
you were blind drunk.
I was drunk, but I never forget my manners. Be well, Mr. Morgan.
Will you be well, too?
I'll try. I really will.
Okay.
And how are you?
Things are okay,
All right, where do I find this ammo at? I think it's actually kept at my bunk. Which is right here. Shotgun, sure. Rifle cartridges. I guess we'll just fill up on whatever it is that we can. Fire bottle. Repeater cartridges. So those rifle cartridges are probably what we needed. Oh, high velocity. I don't think I need revolver, but I'll grab it anyway. More rifle. Probably gonna need to send for a refill. Arrows. Photograph. Throwing knives. I don't carry them, I guess. Can't carry any more of this item. Okay. Alright, how's our guy looking now? Right before bedtime. Still says he's underweight. Oh, that was an accident. I don't know how many hours that was. I think it might have been 24. Well, it's still daytime. Oh, dynamite. And predator bait. And a horse stimulant. We're full on that. Oops. 6:34 p.m. Yeah, talk on it. Sleep until morning. Okay. Let's, not the satchel, but the journal. Let's see what we have in here, if anything. Stumbled in this old drunk on the streets of Rhodes. I don't know quite why he made an impression. The world is full of self-pitying drunks. Hell, I hope to grow into one myself. But something about this fella, Jeremiah Compson, blamed everyone else for his plight, lost his career and his home, wanted me to go find a few trinkets at his home, Compson's stead, just north of Scarlet Meadows. Maybe I'll head over there sometime. Okay, that's the new sage we found. There's the grizzly that we killed. All right, let's go ahead and check status. Player status. Still underway. Well, of course, we slept for a whole day and a half, it seems. So we'll not pause it. We'll save it. And call that good. All right, so again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods, and I'll see you in the next episode where this story continues.